and thank you for walking with me today. So in talking about looking for more joy, spotting the positivity, finding signs of love and evidence of that all around you, I thought about talking about just the act of walking. Now, bear with me because this could be a bit of a stretch, but it's just something I have been thinking about. So think about being in a situation that's sort of triggering, or a situation that you just need to remove yourself from. And think about how just the simple act of walking away can completely shift your mindset, because you've removed yourself from the triggering situation and the emotion of what's happening, and you walk away. Think about how powerful that is alone. Sometimes changing our atmosphere completely changes our thoughts and our mind. Let's think about that even deeper. Choose a walk that you know is going to be helpful for you. That way you can see your goal, you can extend your goal, or say you only want to walk from one end of the street to the other, then that's possible too. You just have to pick sort of a little route and then go from there, and that way you can see if maybe today I can go just 1 more minute, 2 more minutes. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but believe me, as someone who has been in shape physically, I used to think like, oh my goodness, adding 2 minutes is not going to help increase my stamina. It's not going to do anything. 2 minutes is nothing, but it's way more powerful than you think, and it's actually necessary. It's a great way to add a little bit of distance, a little bit of time, so that you're not overexerting yourself and it's just more manageable. And believe me, you can add more time or distance on a weekly basis as opposed to a daily basis, because sometimes when we're accustomed to doing more, we think that that little bit of extra time isn't going to help, or it's not going to build, but it actually does. And it's just like it's a way better way to have a steady increase in whatever you're trying to do, whether it's healing pain or it's increasing your energy, whether it's lowering your stress response. Just adding that little bit is going to be a lot more acceptable to your system than saying, okay, no, today I'm going to add 30 more minutes. Not as beneficial. So today, I guess the point is to think about your pace, think about your route, where you're going to go. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of the distance, so that you don't overexert yourself and take away too much of your energy that you might want to use for the rest of your day. I'm trying to zoom out and look at walking as such a healer and such almost a spiritual tool to utilize in your life, because it can be many, many things. Like I talked about in my last video, it could be an act of meditation where you get in the tunnel and you can rectify and think in your own brain, and sometimes going at a pace it's still moving forward, but it's not, you don't have to concentrate on anything really for safety reasons. It really creates space around your thinking, and it allows you to fully meditate and sort of digest thoughts and ideas. Because that's how things are created and inventions are made and problems are solved, is from thinking. And if we're consuming, aka always being kind of entertained or reading, reading is great, but if there's no space in between to digest what you've consumed, to think, to react in your own head, then you're not practicing your right to independent thought, and you're not connecting with who you really are, because the who you really are is the person that is reacting to the things that you're viewing and seeing. So that's a little down the windy lane a little, but it's food for thought. Pardon the pun. So I just wanted to drive the point home that during a walk, it's a great way. It's a therapy. It's a way to work things out with yourself, or even with a walking partner. But it's that time that you have set aside to really clarify your thinking and solve problems and actually think through emotions instead of just burying them down. You could have that time set aside to think through an emotion and feel that emotion on a walk. There's been many a times that I've felt or did not feel emotional about something. And just that feeling of wanting to feel it, wanting to feel emotional, but kind of not being able to. Sometimes that happens to us where we're sort of too busy and we're numbed in the scenario and we're not actually feeling things. A walk for me, especially a nice forest walk, like in the woods, where I know I'm alone and I know it's just me and myself and I. And then suddenly the tears come. They bubble up to the surface and there they are. There I am. So there's something to be said about that, about being able to have a little emotion or have a little cry in the woods as you're walking, and you're able to just feel things really deeply, and it's honestly really, really healing, because the only way out of something, out of a situation that's awful, that's terrible, that's causing you pain, is through. Okay? It's not through avoidance. It's not through not thinking about it, distraction. It's through. So if you can be safe on your walk and able to, safely think about things, reflect, feel those full feelings, it's safe to feel them and get them out, because it's like a pressure cooker. If you have layers and layers of emotions and anger and things below the surface that you cannot see, like an iceberg, they have to go somewhere, okay? And if they're just going to simmer underneath the surface, your body is going to talk to you, or your emotions. Everyone's different, and it may come out as sickness or pain. And so this is why we need to feel those things, get them out. It's going to take more than one session to heal maybe one particular subject, but the more you do it, the more you'll see. It's like opening a valve, opening a pop bottle, letting some of those bubbles out, and the pressure is coming down. So I hope that helps. We talked a little bit about how walking is healing, not just physically, but how it can really help with emotions and also emotions, thinking, working through problems. And it's, in my mind, a spiritual act. So a spiritual act is something like beyond the physical and what we see. It's deeper than that, and everyone can be spiritual. Everyone can access that. So hope you have a beautiful day. Breathe. Look for beauty. Look for love. And you got this.